Hey guys, Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in to this episode where we have me driving my M18 Hellcat. The OP Hellcat. Oh my gosh. We are here on Redshire and I've spawned into the north spawn. I was playing the other day, just kind of idly going through different tanks I hadn't played in a long time. And I hadn't played many Hellcat games lately. Played it quite a bit in company battles back in the day, but since it's been nerfed, haven't touched it much. Still pretty good TD even after the nerf. Certainly not OP, but pretty good still. And decided, yeah, I haven't taken the Hellcat out for a ride in a long time. You'll notice that it has 2 marks on its barrel. Well, interesting, after this battle, I ended up with kind of a surprise 3 mark. I didn't know I was actually so close on it, and I ended up tripping it on this battle. But this battle's also got some interesting things maybe to consider. I'm here on a tier 6 battle and a 2-tier battle on top tier and a 5-10 on Redshire with a very soft skin TD. And normally I would tell people, hey, you got to go the 9-0 line. Fight in the most important spot. But I'm going to actually not do that because that doesn't seem like a great idea with the very soft skin Hellcat. I'm going to be a little bit more passive. I'm going to come up here to a position where I can support those guys, but I can also swing to support the guys over on the ridge. Now this is a kind of dangerous to sometimes exposed position, but it can also be fantastic for things like guys like him right there. So I'm going to have a good number of clowns get up onto our cap up there. Terrible gunnery on my part. You see the 67, the 12T, the T50. All these guys are sitting up on the ridge there. Some of them start to move forward. But I can support them. At the same time, I kind of knock down all this cover up here. I can swing to support the 9-0 line, especially if it starts to get pushed over there. Or if they create a favorable situation, I can flex over there and start adding my pretty dang good gun into the fight over there. What I don't want to be is the first guy there and just get swarmed. Because of the armor on this tank and the relatively long reload, I'm just going to have people jumping all over me. I'm taking a lot of long-range shots at these guys, missing everything in sight, so not really doing a very good job right here. This tank is interesting because the traverse on the turret is quite slow, and it is kind of a pain for leading tanks, especially ones that are close with a high line of sight from right to left. Further away it's a little bit easier, but even then there's a little bit of lag to when you move your mouse and the turret catches up. So I see the KV-1S, we got guys trolling around the middle, and our Churchill is 3 is finally getting up there, and I'm starting to think, well, maybe I need to flex over to there, and oh, thank you very much. No idea why you would do that, T67, but there you go. There's 211 for you. He's down to a 1-shot to somebody. Let's see if we can get him before he gets, oh, he stopped. No, he's running, and down he goes. Good camo for the Hellcat. Plus I'm running binocs and a camo net. There we go. Finally a decent shot on a moving target on the BIS. Checking over to the 0 line again. Holy cow, we got another guy highlighting himself like a complete bozo, so we'll just go ahead and zoom in on him. What? Where'd that go? Oh, no, there's some ground right there, so I shot into the ground. One thing is, see how I'm checking downward to see how high or how low the ground is, however you want to look at it right there. That's on purpose, just so I can kind of see, all right, where exactly was I missing that guy? Well, there was some ground that was a little higher than I thought there. Good depression on the Hellcat, so now I'm looking over here. Unfortunately, sort of let those guys out to dry. Moving over here, and this is one of the reasons why I do not like being a kind of camping TD and doing things like sitting in the back, because what happened essentially is I waited for my team to die before I became effective by shooting guys like this. I say team, I didn't mean the whole team, but a good portion of the team, all my heavies and whatnot over there. That's definitely got me lit, and I thought, I guess not, maybe it didn't get me lit. Probably a new guy with a terrible crew. And you're going to find that at the low tier battles, especially if you're a good player, you've got a good crew like I do on a tank that has good camo. A lot of times you're going to find situations like that where a new player with a relatively bad crew is really going to kind of get screwed over. Dicker Max, I don't know why he's sitting there. Probably another new guy just sitting there. That brings me up to 1,400, 350 spotted. And it's about time for me probably to get on my horse at this point. We're starting to win this. There's the 12T. My 12T is going to die. Maybe. Get him, my 12T. T-67's trying to help. There we go. There's a T1. Now he's going to top over the top. No idea what he's thinking. There, he's got him though, so we'll pop him once. Again, that really good camo from the M18 Hellcat helps me out there. T-67's moving in. So we need to take this T1 down. Is he going to show up? Will the T-67 find him? Do I need to move up? There goes the Panzer IV-H. Alright, so they only have 2 actual tanks, and one's on the other side. So finally I get some guts and move forward. Quite honestly, it's a little bit unlike me, but I was really just playing a more passive TD in this case. Clearly, as you can tell. The 67's getting roughed up by the T1. T1 gets a hit on him. 67 makes a run. Oh, he lives with 6. Oh, he didn't quite live. Almost got him, actually, so we'll just come over here and we'll pop this guy. No! No, I'll just track him. Well, that's what I get for being so weak. Now, what I did there is I actually went to my left. This is important. Instead of going straight at him, I cut to my left because his turret was turning around left to right. So the further I went this way, the longer it took his turret to get around and get on me. And that's why I kept moving until I was ready to shoot him with the reload. And then I stopped and fired. Go over here. See if I can avoid hurting myself. I don't remember if I got a shot on this Hummel. I don't think I did. I had one there. Maybe could have let loose. It would have been really lucky to hit him. And I don't get any more damage, so it ends up being 1,842. That's my 3-mark game on there. Quite a passive play on the M18 Hellcat, especially for me with 3 kills. So not an amazing game, but it was just enough to push me up and over. I'm glad I didn't look at where my mark status was before I played this game, because surely at that point I would have potatoed and died right away. But a good example of mid-tier TD play, especially with some bushes. Not the usual spot for red shower for TDs to go. They're usually up on that ridge, but I like it because it's much more flexible. I probably should have flexed, not probably, I definitely should have flexed over here into the 9-0 line much earlier. I probably could have helped clean up those guys, maybe preserved a few of my dudes, and then I could start using this ridge to look for the extra guys who may be pushing in. So I sat around. It ended up working for me, but I sacrificed quite a few of my team doing that. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like TDs that go to a place and just sit there, much like I did on this game. I had an opportunity to move forward much earlier and could have been much more effective. All right, anyway, we end up winning this game, and it's a 3-mark. I'll show you the results at the end. Dudes, I hope you learned something. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Keep on supporting the channel, and we will see you.